Good afternoon. In case we haven't been introduced, my name is Burrows and this is NTV at 1. We start with matters BBI, and Senate Minority Leader Kipchumba Murkomen has made good on his promise to lead the Tanga side of the Jubilee government to the BBI rally in Mombasa. He is leading the Malindi Member of Parliament Aisha Juma as well as the Nyali Member of Parliament Muhammad Ali to the event. Let's listen in.
Simameni hapa chini basi. Hata wewe simama hapa chini. Pole pole. Simama tu hapa chini. Simama tu hapo chini. Sawa, namna hiyo.
Kwa jukwaa naomba tupate kuketi ili waandishi wa habari na wananchi wawaone viongozi.
Wapi kiti ya Mheshimiwa Kalonzo?
Kwa jukwaa naomba muondoke wapiga picha sasa. Wapiga picha muondoke kwa jukwaa sasa. Wale ambao hamna viti, tafadhali kuna jukwaa ya kutosha. Thank you. Naomba jukwaa iwe clear sasa. Maaskari wetu wapendwa, jukwaa iwe clear. Clear jukwaa, maaskari wapendwa. Clear the dais, maaskari. Our security officers, clear the dais. Our security officers, clear the dais. Clear the dais, thank you. Clear the dais. Clear the dais. Naomba kwa jukwaa sote tuketi. Tuketi sote kwenye jukwaa. Asante, sote tuketi. Sote tuketi kwanza. Kila mmoja kwa jukwaa aketi. Tuketini tafadhali ili tuanze. Tupate kuketi ili tuanze. Tafadhali nyinyi kwa jukwaa. Please clear the dais so that Asante DJ. Basi viongozi wetu wapendwa, Your Excellency the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya and the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure Development, Engineer Dr. Raila Amolo Odinga, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Masika Wetangula, beloved Governor Mombasa County, Your Excellency Ali Hassan Joho, all governors present, all senators, members of National Assembly. Your Excellency, sir, may I most humbly request that we be upstanding for the national anthem of the Republic of Kenya and the East African community, followed by a short word of prayer. Ikiwa una kofia ambayo sio ya kidini, ninakuomba kwa unyenyekevu mkubwa, heshima na taadhima upate kuivua. Wimbo wa taifa Jamhuri ya Kenya. DJ. Mashariki. Tukiwa katika hali ya kusimama, naomba tupate maombi mafupi. Kwanza Sheikh Juma Ngao, National Chairman, Kenya Muslims Advisory Council.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Ya Allah, takuomba kwa jina lako tukufu ya Allah, uteremsha amani katika mkutano wetu. Ya Allah, takuomba hii BBI iletwa Kenya pamoja, tusipigane wenyewe kwa wenyewe kila baada ya uchaguzi. Ya Allah, takuomba umbariki rais wetu Uhuru Kenyatta, umbariki baba Raila Amolo Odinga, umbariki mwenzetu Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, gavana wetu wa Mombasa aliye kinara wa pwani, mpe afya njema na maarifa na usalama, na magavana wote wa pwani na Kenya nzima, na mawaziri na maseneta, women reps, MCA na viongozi wote, ya Allah, walete pamoja ili BBI iweze kushinda na kuleta Kenya pamoja. Tuwakombe wote ya Allah, kwa jina lako tukufu ya Allah, basi tukubalie. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Amin, amin, amin.
Maombi ya mwisho, Bishop Geoffrey Nyongesa, Angel of Mercy Church.
Tuombe. Baba Mungu wetu uishie milele, ni asante Bwana kwa wakati huu ambao tumekuwa.
All right, the BBI rally in Mombasa kicks off. As you witnessed, there was some of the confusion witnessed in Bukungu last week, and just at first glance I saw that Raila Odinga, Moses Wetangula as well as Kalonzo Musyoka are in attendance. It is the first rally that Kalonzo Musyoka is attending. Kipchumba Murkomen as well as the Nyali Member of Parliament as well as Aisha Juma are also on location. Murkomen had said despite threats that he risks being embarrassed at that particular rally, he will go ahead and attend. Well, he has challenged the BBI steering committee to come clean on reports that there is another BBI report that is being secretly worked on, and that is amid the ongoing rallies across the country. At the same time, several other leaders have vowed to stick to the BBI process despite the current political temperatures, as others call for inclusivity. Vincent Ondor has more.
The ongoing BBI regional sensitization rallies continue to elicit sharp divisions within the political class. Senate Majority Leader Kipchumba Murkomen now claims that Kenyans are being taken for a ride.
Iko fununu kwamba kuna ripoti ishamalizwa, kuna bili ishatengenezwa, kuna final constitutional amendment iko tayari. Sisi saa hizi tunapumbaswa macho, tunaambiwa tu pigieni tu debe, sema tuko BBI, alafu mtu atokezee kitu yenye itaangusha sisi na kila Kalonzo tusifike penye tunaenda. My friend, please just confirm ya kwamba hii process ni ya Mkenya yote.
But Senator Amos Wako, a member of the BBI steering committee, refutes those claims.
Pia iko watu when we are going around kwa sababu ya kisiasa walikuwa wanasema kwamba BBI hatutaki hiyo BBI because we are never involved. Sasa hii ndio itakuwa nafasi yao kuja na kutuambia maono yao.
A number of leaders have, however, voiced their support for the initiative, terming it a solution to the country's perennial problems.
Leaders of this country, we have an opportunity of reasoning together, of finding solutions together.
Ni lazima sisi wa Kenya wote tukubaliane to bake a big cake ambao kila Mkenya anaweza kupata big piece.
Na ndio katika hii BBI ni vizuri tuseme watu watatu wakiandikwa sasa going forward, mmoja awe under 35 years old.
Tutakuwa kwa negotiating table, and that is where we shall be. And we shall negotiate not for selfish gain or indeed anything tribal, but because we believe we have something to contribute.
That the report and the entire process has caused rifts within the political class cannot be overstated.
If we want this country to be united, it can never be by telling others to stand aside as we move on.
That is the unity that we want to exhibit tukiwa familia kama ya Senate. Na niwahakikishie kwamba kama Senate tutakaa imara.
Leaders from Ukambani have unveiled a summary of the BBI report in the local language. Governors Ngilu, Kibwana and Mutua say the move will ensure the public consumes the report appropriately to make informed decisions. Vincent Odur, NTV.
All right, we will be crossing back to Mombasa where the BBI rally has kicked off. Kennedy Muriithi is getting situated, but here are just some of the updates he sent to us. And he says it has the largest number of governors in attendance since the meeting started. I remember I saw the Kirinyaga governor, Waiguru, as well as the Kakamega governor, who's also the president of the Council of Governors, Wycliffe Oparanya, in attendance, as well as the Kilifi governor and Mombasa governor, Amason Kingi and Ali Hassan Joho. He said there was a scuffle between the Nyali Member of Parliament, that is Muhammad Ali, and the minority whip in the National Assembly, Junet Muhammad, on the dais. We hope to be listening in a bit more a bit later, and we will also be bringing you what the Western leaders have to say on the BBI. They did seek, or rather they're scheduled to hold a rally in Mumias. Now, the government has pledged to work closely with the private sector so as to meet the financial and capacity needs of Kenyan sportsmen and women, more so in 2020, which has a busy sporting calendar. The pledge was made during the gala for the 16th edition of the Safaricom Soya Awards. And as Waro the Kiru reports from Mombasa, once again, marathoner Eliud Kipchoge stole the show.
The man without limits, Eliud Kipchoge.
Eliud Kipchoge! As expected, marathoner Eliud Kipchoge was crowned the overall Sports Personality of the Year as well as the Sportsman of the Year at the Safaricom Soya Awards.
Sports is the only way to unite the country. Sports is the only way to unite the whole world.
Despite winning the FIBA Zone 5 championships and being losing finalists continentally, the national basketball men's team, the Kenya Morans, was second to surprise Men's Team of the Year award winners KCB RFC. For successfully defending their African Games crown and securing a return to the Olympics, the national women's volleyball team won the Women's Sports Team of the Year award. With their coach, Paul Bitok, crowning his return to Kenya after 10 years in Rwanda by winning the Coach of the Year award. Helen Obiri, who started her season by winning gold in the World Cross Country Championships and ended it with a gold in 5,000 meters at the Worlds, was the best sportswoman in 2019. Harambee Starlet striker Gentrix Shikangwa was named Most Promising Girl, with Kenya Sevens rookie Geoffrey Okwach the Most Promising Boy. The Special Olympics was the best federation, while athletes Catherine Nyaga and Samuel Moshai won in the sports people living with disability categories. Volleyball great Dorcas Andasaba and legendary Harambee Stars goalie Mohamed Abbas were inducted into the Hall of Fame, while footballer Johanna Omolo was named the community hero. The 16th edition of the Safaricom Soya Awards were for a second year running held in Mombasa County. But Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho was missing in action, with retired Nigerian footballer Victor Ikpeba the chief guest.
It is the year our athletes broke records and pushed our human limits beyond what we have always imagined that we could be able to do.
I want to say to all Kenyans, to do this is to inspire your young boys and your young girls.
Private sector needs to come in. And as I've said before, they'll only come in if we're accountable, if we're transparent, if there is integrity.
We'll operate within government with the integrity, with humility and with transparency, so that we can bring private sector on board to the benefit of the sportsmen and women.
Focus now turns to 2020, which is jam-packed with sports activities, the ultimate being the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
Team Kenya 2020.
For a second year in a row, it was the Eliud Kipchoge show at the Safaricom Soya Awards. Warote Kiru, NTV, Mombasa County.
Eliud Kipchoge keeps winning, and I hope Warothe Kiru will bring me back some winning madafu. Now, away from that, more than 130 illegal pharmacies have been closed in the latest Pharmacy and Poisons Board operation in the South Rift. The board's head of distribution practices and ports of entry says so far 45 people have been charged in the region in the operation that targeted the counties of Nakuru, Laikipia, Kericho, Bomet, and Samburu. The Pharmacy and Poisons Board is now urging the members of public to report any unmarked chemists, as these unnamed establishments have been identified as illegal pharmaceutical outlets that might be distributing harmful medication to the public.
We are having an issue with people who are professionals like you and me and my colleagues here, licensed by us, come get license for the premise. But this person works elsewhere. So the end game is we license a premise, but then the person we find in that premise is a Form 4 leaver or a cousin or some guy who came from selling chalk or somewhere. So that is the offense number. And actually that's the major problem we have. People have license, but you leave unqualified people there.
The Cabinet Secretary for Devolution, Eugene Wamalwa, has assured flood victims that the government will reconstruct their homes swept by the ravaging floods in Tana Delta, sub-county in Tana River, while distributing relief food. The CS said that the government is waiting for the rains to subside so that the work can begin. Wamalwa says that the government has enough food, but that the poor state of the roads has made it hard to reach the affected. The country has been faced by a vicious cycle of calamities, ranging from a long drought early last year to the locust invasion being experienced now.
Tunaomba ya kwamba tukiingia Februari hii mvua iwe imekwisha, ili marekebisho ya barabara iendelee. Wale ambao nyumba zao zilibomoka pia tunataka tuhakikishie serikali kuu itawasaidia ili tuweze kujenga nyumba upya, maisha yaendelee.
Tragically, 3 people have died following a road accident at Thalathamel area along the Malindi-Mombasa Road Highway. According to eyewitnesses, a boda carrying a mother and her twins was hit by a semi-trailer. The 3 victims reportedly met their death after falling on the tarmac and were run over by a trailer loaded with goods. Residents jammed the highway, blocking the entire road for over 2 hours, protesting against the delay by traffic police officers in responding to the accident. The boda rider is now fighting for his life at the Malindi Sub-County Hospital.
Security Malindi kiongozwa na base commander imekuwa ovyo kabisa, kwa sababu ajali imetokea hapa toka saa 1:30 mpaka saa 3 wanakuja hapa.
Kilifi County government is irked by the construction delays of Mtwapa Market and Bus Park project, which was to be completed by September of 2017. The project was started in 2016 with an initial cost of 134 million, but due to other variations, it increased to 200 million. The county government officers, led by the Deputy Governor, Gideon Saburi, visited and inspected the market on Friday. Saburi says the contractors are now expected to complete the project by the end of February 2020. All right, speaking of Kilifi, the Kilifi governor is presently addressing those gathered for the BBI rally in Mombasa.
On the Building Bridges Initiative, we, the people of the Coast Region, wish to join hands with the rest of Kenya to embrace the Building of Bridges Initiative as put forward by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, and as proposed by the Task Force on the Building Bridges Initiative. Cognizant of the fact that the initiative is both necessary and timely, coming at a time when there is need to heal rifts among the leadership and the peoples of this country following the bruising elections of 2017. Recognizing that divisive elections have continued to wreck the fabric of this nation every 5 years, thus threatening peace and livelihoods, and therefore impacting negatively on our economy, acknowledging negative ethnicity and unbridled competition among our political leaders, has entrenched a culture of tribalism, cronyism, favoritism, and nepotism in the management of our public affairs, giving rise to corruption. Appreciating that various measures have been undertaken at the national level to address these ills, including the report on the eminent persons on the 2007 post-election violence, and subsequently through the enactment of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, we, the people of the Coast Region, having met on the 24th January 2020, to deliberate on the DBI report, do hereby make the following recommendations. 1. Government should comprehensively address matters of land ownership, titling, transfer and management, acquisition and productivity to ensure proper utilization through policies and programs by taking the following measures. A. Government should buy land from absentee landlords and resettle affected coastal communities. In the alternative, the Constitution of Kenya should be amended to introduce a clause that will revoke all grants held by absentee landlords. B. National government should pass a national policy on historical land injustices through which a substantive standalone law on how to address historical land injustices will be enacted. C. The government to undertake full implementation of the TGRC and the Ndungu Commission reports. D. Government to undertake a rapid result initiative of titling all untitled land in favor of the coastal people to avert further land grabbing in this region. E. Expired leases should not be renewed unless with the express approval of the coastal county governments. F. Establishment of a regional land authority under the Constitution. This authority to have quasi-judicial powers to enable it to review land grants and to hear claims of adverse possession of land. G. Pending the implementation of the above recommendations, all eviction court orders should be suspended. Number 2, noting the economic crisis leading to severe unemployment in the coastal region, particularly triggered by major economic policy changes brought about by SGR, it is a recommendation as a people of this region that all operation of ports should be undertaken at the port facility.
Ikibamba sana wapi nduru wewe?
This will help revive the transport and logistics sector in general and save the many employment opportunities that have been lost so far. Number 3, the national government should provide an economic stimulus package for the key growth sectors in this region, namely blue economy, tourism, cottage industries, agribusiness, transport and logistics, ports and value addition to create employment, growth, social well-being and equity in the coastal region. Number 4, the national government should support the revival of defunct industries in the coastal region, more particularly industries related to cotton, coconut, cashew nut, rice, bixa, simsim, and sugar. In this regard, these crops must be classified and acknowledged as cash crops under the law. Number 5, creation of an independent social and economic impact assessment commission, whose mandate is to establish the impact of national projects on the local community and ensure such findings are made public. Number 6, creation of a blue economy ministry at the national level with a cabinet secretary from this region, and devolves structures and functions to the counties. Number 7, ensure equitable inclusion and representation of the coastal people in top government positions, in leadership and management of public institutions and resources. Number 8, ensure exploitation of natural resources to benefit the locals through defined revenue sharing structure. These include ports, minerals, national parks, ferries, amongst others. Number 9, to ensure equity in education, infrastructure development for schools, both primary and secondary, should be devolved to the counties. Number 10, strengthen county and community participation in the security of coast region, especially against attacks of terror threats, violent extremism, by creating a regional police authority. Number 11, the national government to support county governments in developing special programs for tourism revival in this region, and also establish a regional tourism board to support programs and product development and destination marketing of the Kenyan Coast Circuit. Number 12, as a people, we support His Excellency the President Initiative on fighting corruption. We demand that those who are found culpable of benefiting from ill-gotten wealth must be made to account and face the full force of the law. Number 13, establish on governance. The people, of course, are urging that there be an establishment of a federal system of government where there will be regional governments who are retaining the county governments. Funding allocated for the regional governments and county governments should take up 70% of the national revenue. Number 14, to ensure that all regions sit on the highest decision-making table. We propose an expansion of the executive by providing for the president, deputy president, a prime minister, and 2 deputies. These positions, added to the already existing 2 speakers in the Senate and the National Assembly, the Chief Justice and the Attorney General, make up 9 top positions in this country. It is a recommendation that these 9 top positions in this country are shared equally among regions. Number 15, creation of an Upper Coast region comprising of Kilifi County, Lamu County, and Tana River counties, and creation of a Lower Coast region comprising of Taita Taveta County, Mombasa County, and the Kwale County. Number 16, which is the last one. Your Excellency, on the 8th of October 1963, a life-changing event took place that changed the destiny of the coastal strip and its citizens. This is the day that the coast strip became part and parcel of the territory known as Kenya today. Therefore, it is our proposal as a people of this region that this historical day be recognized under the Constitution. I thank you.
Those pictures coming to you live from the Mama Ngina grounds where the BBI rally is being held in Mombasa County. That was the Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi relaying what those leaders from the coast expect from the BBI process, as well as the residents. They did meet delegates yesterday at Wild Waters in Mombasa. And based on the timely updates Kennedy Murithi is sending from a location, he says part of what those recommendations address are the land issues that have been a sore in the side of those coastal residents, as well as we did hear Amason Kingi speak to 9 core positions of government, including that creation of a prime minister as well as 2 deputy prime ministerial positions. He says the 9 core positions that encompass the speakers of the National Assembly and the Senate, as well as the Chief Justice, should be shared evenly across the regions. Now, a section of members of parliament from Western Kenya, allied to the Tanga Tanga group associated with Deputy President William Ruto, have called on President Kenyatta to speed up reviving the ailing sugar industry. The leaders addressed a addressed the press at Nzoia Sugar Company when they were denied entry by guards to assess it before presenting their report to the president. The MPs, led by the National Assembly Chief Whip Benjamin Washiali, said that the fate of the sugarcane task force is unknown following the sacking of former Agriculture CS Mwangi Kiunjuri. The leaders say that despite the government pumping billions of shillings into coffee, milk and tea in Mount Kenya, it should also fund the revival of ailing factories in Western, including Mumias and Nzoia sugar factories, and also the Kitinda dairy and the collapsed Malakisi gunnery.
Task force ile iliwekwa na ndugu gavana wa Kakamega na waziri Kiunjuri, mpaka leo hii mwaka mmoja na nusu hiyo ripoti jawasilishwa kwa rais wetu, na iliyo inatupatia wasiwasi kubwa ni kwamba ule Kiunjuri alikuwa co-chair wa hii task force, sasa hayuko tena waziri wa kilimo.
Na tunauliza Rais Uhuru Kenyatta ya kwamba wakulima factory zetu hizi mbili Nzoia na Mumias, rais ashughulikie vile ameshughulikia eneo la Mount Kenya. Hizi pesa ambazo amepeana mabilioni kwa, na rais wetu si rais ya ukabila. Kama angekuwa na ukabila angemleta Raila ambaye alikuwa akimtusi na maneno mengi.
We want people to pull in one direction, and we are telling our colleagues at the other side, whether you have different views, what we need to agree on is a common mwananchi of this region.
We take a short break, but you do not want to go anywhere, because when we come back, we bring you a replay of Bullseye.
Molfix breathable surface developed with Airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
Tusonge mbele na Fiber Mobile. Get a fiber SIM card today and enjoy Tusonge Mbele bundles at affordable prices.
It feels good, Coca-Cola and food, Monday to Sunday. We're all chasing taste. Let's just grab a bite, the excuse to drink Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Every single day. So we feel forever be real, together stay free, whatever else. No, we can't stop, we wanna taste the feeling. Nothing can ever bring us down. Taste the feeling.
Did you know? We are a leading African banking group with over 1,000 branches and almost 10,000 ATMs across the continent. Absa Group, serving Kenya as Barclays.
Kenya imetoka kwa gurudumu. Naona baba akisema ya kwamba handshake sio ya kurudi nyuma, ni kusonga mbele.
As a consequence, the opposition became a casualty.
Opposition exists very effectively where it's supposed to be.
NASA is history. Oh, the Raila's about turn where? This report is not Raila's report.
What I'm doing with Uhuru, we are doing it for posterity for this country. It is not for Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga does not have to be the president of Kenya.
Welcome back. You're watching NTV at 1 and my name is Olive Burrows. Now, how does one get out of an abusive political marriage? That's the question many in Jubilee Party must be asking themselves, as an initiative that was meant to build a bridge to better understanding threatens to do the exact opposite. It's all about who's in and who's out, who owns BBI, as once again an invited guest becomes a major headache to a ruling party. As expected, many are still in denial. But as Emmanuel Juma reports on Bullseye, the body language betrays everything they utter.
They could as well have been singing. Let's take a walk.
I've heard many stories, and I have read many headlines. The marriage is has died. Bromance.
That may be so, but look, on this day, I counted him, this one, getting a minimum of 3 hugs. You didn't get even a 1.
My friend, Uhuru Kenyatta is married to Margaret. I am married to Rachel. There is no marriage of business here.
Wife, BB affairs again, and it didn't start with the BBI. The BBI is performing wonders. Hail the BBI. And because of BBI, Steve is energized, raring to go.
This time, God willing, tuadha nyamweno.
Steve, what will you do this time?
This is a time wanajipanga. Na ndio nasema tuko kwa meza.
Kama mpwani hayuko juu ya meza, we have a problem.
Now, what is it that Joho wants to do on top of a table?
Wakijipanga tunapangana pale.
But you said this earlier.
I think nitakuwa mtu wa mkono wa Uhuru kuanzia sasa. Na mtu asiniulize maswali. When we are at the negotiating table, hiyo ndio maana ya mtu wa mkono.
Msipatie Kalonzo masharti ati lazima usimame. Mwambie Kalonzo, wewe enda panga na wenzako. Mpangane namna hiyo, alafu tuone.
Go Steve, go. And Kalwale was also just going and going. It was smoking.
To us, we have won 100%.
Really, Kalwale? Where was Washiali? He was missing in action.
I was given that Washiali was abducted.
Then we found him. Washiali, where did you go?
I escaped through the back door to the bush next to my house.
A song for Washiali.
Everyone considered him a coward.
Even behind bars, Babu could afford a laugh. After all, he had actualized the Tialala war cry. Someone had been tialalad for real, and Babu is happy.
Kama utatoka mahali unatoka, ukiwa na agenda ya kuja kwa mkutano, ati upate fursa ya kupiga siasa, au ya kutumia ile microphone, ole wako.
BBI si ya mtu. Na hakuna mtu wako na nafasi ya kutuambia wewe umeandikwa, wewe utaandikwa. Kwani BBI ni yako?
Raila na Uhuru wakikosa kazi ya kufanyia wananchi, wakuje wafukuze locust.
They are just like locusts, these politicians. Chase them away, lady. Chase them away. Emmanuel Juma, Bullseye, NTV.
The ever-entertaining Emmanuel Juma on Bullseye. Now, more than 25 children in Mandera County are now smiling thanks to free constructive cleft palate and lip surgery conducted by AMREF in partnership with Mandera County. Among the beneficiaries is Yazid Mohammed, who was abandoned by his parents because of his condition. Ahmed Maulid has more from Mandera. All right, it's good news and a good story to follow that rib-cracking report by Emmanuel Juma on Bullseye, who was feeling particularly musical. All right, what are your thoughts? You can share them with us on @NTV Kenya. The hashtag is JustMove. All right, here is that report filed by Maulid.
Dangling from his grandmother's back is Yazid, a lucky infant to have been delivered safely. But there were no parents to care for him. He was born with a cleft lip and palate, a condition that led to his father abandoning walking out on him. His mother too abandoned him in the care of his grandmother.
This is a case of a neglected child where the two parents have divorced because of cultural belief, anticipating that this is a bad omen, and therefore they decided to leave each other.
His case has attracted the attention of AMREF International, who organized free correction cleft lip and palate surgery camp in partnership with Mandera County government, and has so far put a smile on the faces of more than 25 people with a cleft palate, majority of them being children like Yazid.
Yesterday we had an opportunity to operate on the child. It was quite a challenging operation, but somehow it went well. We've reviewed the child this morning and the child is doing quite well. We hope that now the child will be accepted by the society.
In bid to sensitize the public, the county health department has been creating awareness about the condition, informing the parent that cleft palate deformity not a bad omen, but a normal thing that can be corrected.
Hii ugonjwa ulemavu ya cleft lip ama cleft palate ni kitu ambayo unaweza saidika nayo. Kwa hivyo tunataka kuwasihi wazazi, wakazi wa Mandera, hakuna haja ya kutelekeza mtoto, hakuna haja ya kutoroka mtoto wako na kumwacha kwa sababu ya hii ulemavu.
Ahmed Abdi, NTV, Mandera.
St. Paul's University is set to build an ultra-modern theology center in a bid to fulfill the dreams of the many students yearning to take up the course. Speaking during a groundbreaking ceremony at the institution, the Vice-Chancellor, Joseph Galgalo, said the construction will take 6 months to complete. Galgalo said that the facility will increase the institution's capacity to offer quality training to the ever-growing student population seeking higher education.
Meets our need, fits in very well with our strategic plan and the need that we have at the moment. Because of the growing numbers here at St. Paul's main campus, Limuru, we are in need of expanding our tuition facilities here. So other facilities like hostels and all that.
Nyumba Kumi community leaders in Kabete Kiambu County claim they have been neglected by the government, which is a hindrance to the execution of their work. At the official launch of the initiative that incorporates locals and police officers in the area, the leaders urged the government to support them financially to enable them carry out their mandate effectively. They also want the government to issue them with special ID cards.
The only time now is becoming a brother.
Tungetaka serikali itufacilitate at least na pesa ya simu na pesa ya nauli. Na saida tumeenda kwa mikutano itufacilitate na kitu kidogo. At least ukienda hii mkutano au ukienda kujua ile pahali unaishi kwenye kijiji pahali iko shida, at least ukirudi nyumbani unakuwa na uga ya kukula.
Kama mambo ya vitambulisho, saa zingine unaenda kusema pahali ama kupeleka ripoti pahali, unaulizwa wewe ni nani? Na tunaweza juaje wewe ni nani na huna kitambulisho ya kutuonyesha wewe ni nani? So tungeomba serikali iweze kutupea vitambulisho.
All right, Democrats have pleaded their case for the removal from office of U.S. President Donald Trump for upsetting the balance of power envisioned in their constitution. The closing arguments in the U.S. Senate focused on the second article of Trump's impeachment, and that has to do with obstruction of Congress.
The Senate will convene as a
Democratic House impeachment managers claim that Trump's refusal to allow top officials to testify and to supply documents on the Ukraine investigation supported the second charge of obstruction of Congress. Lead House impeachment prosecutor Adam Schiff has made the case for the first article of impeachment, including a plea to Senate jurors to convict and remove Trump.
It signaled to adversaries and friends alike that the President of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, our Commander-in-Chief, could be influenced by manipulating his perception of what was best for his personal interests.
The House impeachment managers closed their presentations Friday, arguing for the removal of Trump.
President Trump tried to cheat. He got caught. And then he worked hard to cover it up.
President Trump categorically.
More news coming out of the U.S. but having...
Naona baba akisema ya kwamba handshake sio ya kurudi nyuma, ni kusonga mbele.
As a consequence, the opposition became a casualty.
Opposition exists very effectively where it's supposed to be.
NASA is history.
Oh, the Raila's about turn. About turn where? This report is not Raila's report.
What I'm doing with Uhuru, we are doing it for posterity for this country. It is not for Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga does not have to be the president of Kenya.
Kenya imetoka kwa gurudumu.